Today, Pompeii is by no means isolated. Every piece of the ruins which has been unearthed is now subject to numerous sources of damage, from the sun bleaching the natural pigments of the ancient murals to the rain slowly smoothing away the intricacy of the detailed facades. The natural damage, which was held at bay for millennia by volcanic ash, has shown its powerful destructive force in the last few centuries. And while in ancient Pompeii these degraded works would be repainted, retooled, archaeologists have only one set of original works with which they can piece together an understanding of this lost culture.
We're faced today with, in modern Pompeii, the same problems as they were in antiquity.
These problems are often augmented by human forces.
The traffic has to be probably the most detrimental effect of tourism here. And I know we can talk about the benefit. The tourists also pay money as well for that. So there's a very, traditionally and historically, there's been a very difficult relationship between tourism, the detrimental effects of that, and also the positive effects of what the money they might bring in. This city has been visited by countless tourists for 250 years.
This is also a problem beyond the walls of Pompeii.
Qualche problema, ma non direttamente con il turista. Qualche volta ci può essere stato qualche problema a Roma per il traffico, no? Dei pullman, sì. Ma nessuno mai, cittadino di Roma o di Firenze, se l'è presa direttamente con un turista.
But in the long-buried city which still holds such dense archaeological potential, these issues are more than an annoyance. The enormous number of tourists which populate Pompeii each day approaches the population the city supported right before the eruption of Vesuvius, and this number is packed only into those areas both excavated and open to the public, under a third of ancient Pompeii. This concentrated traffic flow means that the delicate city undergoes substantial degradation, even with careful use by tourists.
Some of the problems are people like to walk on the sidewalk. We bring our own cultural understanding of how we walk through a city. So a lot of people walk on the sidewalks, which I do it myself, we all do it naturally. It's much worse for the city.
These passive effects are occasionally punctuated by some actively destructive choices made on the part of some of the less respectful patrons, actions as small as littering and as large as vandalism.
We do have, unfortunately, a history here of people coming and chipping away bits of wall paintings, taking a brick from here or something from there.
Issues of both passive and active damage have led the administration of Pompeii to step up the security presence of the site, as well as to close off large portions to public viewing.
One of the great complaints of a tourist is they come here and they see all these blocked off roads and say, well, why can't we get back there?
Balancing a dependence on a finicky tourism revenue and the preservation of a monumental heritage can be a tenuous struggle. Furthermore, high-traffic tourist areas can lead to the local frustration with foreigners for the disturbance they cause to the peaceful living.
Italians, I would say, are pretty insular. They're more all to themselves.
In Italia sono la regione più avanti, riescono a comprendere e a capire il turista, però non vogliono essere disturbati.
As far as tourists, they try to be hospitable.
Il turista non viene in una città per combinare problemi, il turista viene per visitare, conoscere, vedere.
Un motivo per cui spesso anche i turisti tornano in Italia è perché si sentono anche amati.
Italians are constantly aware of the potential for foreigners to leave positive effects not just on their bottom line, but also on the broadening scope of their modern culture.
E questo è uno scambio, no? Quindi c'è stato un buon feeling sempre tra anche i primi che sono venuti e gli italiani. E questa cosa è un po' ricambiata. Il turismo ha fatto molto bene all'Italia e è stato fatto sempre presentato l'immagine del turista come un amico.
Ci sono le persone che non vogliono turisti e queste esistono da tutte le parti, penso in tutto il mondo, però pensare così vuol dire essere una persona poco intelligente, perché è grazie ai turisti che io lavoro, che io mangio, e quindi come potrei dire a un turista no, non mi piace?